Okay, I'm going to show you new GoFormative, and it's new.goformative.com. It's very similar to goformative.com. There's very few differences because this is the beta version of the other version. So they're probably always going to be free. There's not going to be like a charge. There may be charge features just like in anything else, but generally, the most part, it's going to remain free. Just to go over it, if you look over here, here's my dashboard, and on my dashboard you can see it's just like Google Drive. I mean, come on, Google Drive. If you use Google Drive, this should look very familiar. If I want to move this file and this file somewhere, basically all I have to do is click on the files I want to move. I click the Move button. I click the folder I want them in, and then I hit Move into the folders. So it moves it in folders. So those have been moved. If I wanted to take this and I wanted to share it, I can hit Share. It gives me a short code where you just have to, the teacher that you're sharing this with would just have to type this in, or the kids, and then same for this. Now you notice that they're clones, so if your coworker is typing this in and they have a teacher account, it's going to open the test up in theirs. It's not like Google where you're giving them access to your document. It's automatically cloning it. So whatever you send them is what they're going to get cloned in there. Same for old, the other, for older version. It's not giving them your test that if you make changes on it, it's going to appear on theirs. Now let's do a little bit of searching here. Last feature on there, copy. So if I give the test in new GoFormative one time, and I want to give it a second time, I have to copy it and create another version. Otherwise, if the kids go to an older version that they've already taken, what's going to happen is that they're going to pick up wherever they left off. Or if they've already completed it, it'll show completed. So if you want to retest them on the same exact version, you would have to hit copy. Now, let me show you what some examples look like. Going in here, if I was looking at some of these documents, here is what it looks like. There are 3 tabs: Edit, Preview, and View Responses. Edit is when you're building it. So I uploaded a document. You can be like a Word document or a PDF. So that's right there. Then I started putting questions in. This Word document came with questions of its own. So I was able to just simply click on number 1, and when I click on that number 1, it put a little answer thing, and boom, it pops up right here. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me go down to the bottom of this, and I'll add a question. So this little plus button, I simply, what do I want to do? If I want to add a multiple choice question or a multiple selection question, if there's 2 correct answers or 3 correct answers. I can add short answer, essay, I can do any of these. Over here, if I wanted to add an image that I was discussing, I can do that. A text block, to give directions. A whiteboard, to where the kids could actually write on it. This feature, at the time I last used it, didn't work in new GoFormative. A video. I could have this like a center where I import a video and then I have the kids respond to questions about the video. I can have them watch another video and then respond again. You're only limited by your imagination. Now this button here, Upload and Transform, is the best because that's what I did for this particular test. When you click this button, you can choose a file. If it's a PDF, it can be up to 5 pages. The last time I knew, it might be more now, but you can choose a file and import it. It's a Word file too. So if you have one that's already that exists, like here, this one had question 6. Let's say you had questions 7 and 8 over here. All I have to do in edit mode is this. Let me trash this question real quick. All I have to do is click here, and there's question 8. Click here, here's question 9. Click here, here's question 10. Now, where are those questions? If I scroll down here, you can see that they've added it to this slide. So, once again, I've added those questions. I just have to come over here, and I have to decide, okay, do I want a multiple selection one? Do I want a short answer one? Which one do I want? And then I just select the right answer here. A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D are your defaults. Let's say you only had 3. get rid of one of the options. Oops, you want to add it back? You can. You can type in your own option here. You can get rid of the C and type in your own option there. And as you see, it's saved just like a Google Doc. You don't have to hit save on any of this. It's saving for you. So that's what you do with that. You don't want that question. You don't want that question. You don't want that question. It's all gone. Now, this is the hottest thing on it. So your kids are taking the test. I'm in preview mode. This is what the kids are going to see. When the screen is small and it's hard to read, I just tell the kids to hit the Control plus. I'm not sure what system you're using, but for what the kids have, if you hit Control plus, it should make it large as it needs to be. You can zoom in using their features too, so you can actually read it. So going back into this here, the kids are reading along and you realize, oh my gosh, I selected A and it should have been B. Socrative.com is not forgiving on that. They will not let you go in after a test has started and change an answer. This you can. So for me, that is like the best feature ever because, you know, when you're creating documents, every now and then you hit the wrong button. So I can do that after the test has been graded. I can do it during the test. Oh my gosh, everyone's getting number 5 wrong. Now the kids may not know that they're getting number 5 wrong, but I do. I go and I check and I say, yep, I checked the wrong answer. All I have to do is click the correct answer and boom, everything is regraded for me. It is fantastic. I love that. So that is one of the best features that I really enjoy, is being able to make a correction even in the middle of it, because it's just like Google Document. If you have a correction you want to make, it's instantaneous. The kids' screen flash. You know, sometimes I change one of the answer choices and they may go, oh man, you know, I already did that one, or I have to go back and do that again, look at the question. But I can have that much control over it. So the kids are taking the test. I made my corrections. Now what do I see? What I see here are individual questions and answers. So the green means that they got it correct. The red means that they got it wrong. I can see which kids didn't get it correct. I can go question by question. Now, one of the things that's not in there is this. It's hard. You would spend a lot of time finding this, but look at that. You see how that kind of lights up? Check it out. Look at it again. Look at it. Hit the total button, you get a different view. This is the view I like. Now, remember how I told you I put a wrong answer in for a question? Guess what? I'm thinking I need to go back and look at question number 1. My entire class got it incorrect. I'm thinking right now I made a mistake. No problem. I can go back and change the answer. If I click on this individual child here, like look at that, it can tell me that they answered F. D. So I've got, this was a multiple answer question. So they had to pick 2 answers. So it looks like by flipping through this that it should have been D and J. So just to show you how it works, if I went back to my edit mode and I find question number 1 here, I have no answer selected. Boom. So I'm selecting the correct answer. Let me go back to view responses. Instantly regraded. Wow, I didn't have the whole class fail that one. So going back to my totals view, pretty hot, isn't it? That is the bomb. Anyway, moving on. You can close this here, and your test is closed, and you can reopen it here. So you're taking a test and you want to close it off for the day. You want kids to go home and show their parents what they got on the test and not be able to change their scores. They can do that. When the kids log in to their version, this is what it's going to look like. They're going to get a list of every assignment that you have provided and given to them. It just continues to pile up. So if they have not finished something, they can go back and do it. Now, your management issues occasionally are they may not all get it finished. So you're going to have to decide what you want to have finished and what you want to make sure that they get done, because you know some kids take 3 times longer than the other kids. So this is what their view looks like right here. And all they do is they just go enter, and it just takes them to my view section, and that's where they're going to answer the questions. Here's their questions that they had to answer right here. You can see that. Now going back here, if you reopen it the next day, you can do that in the morning. You can hide the names if you want to go over it and show everybody this graph, or if you wanted to show everybody the individual answers, you can show them how I showed with the individual answer squares. You could do that. Going back in to edit here, the upload and transform, that is the button that is the best, because you can take a document like I have in this one and just upload it like I said earlier. This document here was basically made in less than 5 minutes, because all you had to do is know the correct answers, put the question numbers in this case over the actual question, so that way you know what it was and you're ready to go. This is a pre-existing document, so for all the teachers who already have documents that they've spent time creating year after year, this is a way to digitally convert it into something that can be instantaneously graded. Now, another feature that this one has is called Show Your Work. It gives the kids a whiteboard. So if you import an image of a math problem like 43 plus 27, they could actually write on it. Or you can import a map and have them circle something. That's how the feature is supposed to work. Right now, when the kids pull up one of these types of questions in the new Go Formative, it's not working correctly. So, some more quick stuff on it before I close out. On new Go Formative, if you want to talk to these people, click the question mark here. You can get some information creating classes and whatnot. If you want to start a conversation with them, that's where you're going to go, and if you want to talk to any of the people that are involved in this, they will be glad to respond to you. It's like, I think it goes to their phone because they're pretty quick at answering it. They're tech people. So that's where you would go for that. Your classes will where you go for your class code. This is how you add a new one. You basically click New, Go Formative, you give the thing a name, and you're off. So you hit right here, and then you can choose what kind of activity you want, if you're going to be doing videos, or if you're going to be adding the questions, or if you want to upload something you already have and do something very quickly. Right here is where to go. That is the best button, and it was not the first button I was learning. So I saved that for last, and I wish I would have learned that first. It saved me much more time, because there's less creation involved, obviously. They also have a section in here. Oh, this right here, it's a direct conversation with them. So if you open it up, you can see, I mean, here they are making conversations with me right here. Did I get everything I want to share with you? I'm going to have to say yes. The tracker, basically, that's if you're doing Common Core, it links it to Common Core stuff. Oh, this right here, let me go into math. The management side. If you want to manage your stuff and see what you kids are doing, like I know that this one, if I have 25 kids, I'm missing a couple kids. Not all my kids finished this one. I have this, but 0 kids have finished it. All of my kids finished this one. So I can manage who has not done these. Now, if I wanted it, like let's say that fell off and I hadn't done anything with it for a while, what I could do is I could just say, I'm just going to reassign it. You click over here, and then you make a copy of it, and then you reassign the copy. And so I copy that, and then it makes another copy. It'll put the copy on your main formative screen. So the copy of it actually will appear up here. So when it comes up to the front of the screen, that's where it should be. But anyway, when you go to assign it, I can assign it here by hitting assign. Now here are some important things. The last thing I'm going to show you. On here, you pick your class. So I picked my class. Matter of fact, I can pick multiple classes, but I'm going to pick this one just to use it as an example. Now you have some choices on here. On this here, I can decide, do I want to return the score for the test instantly, as they're going along, or after the student submits? I like that one, so that way they know how they did. Return correct answers after session ends, after student submits to let them know.